All right, and welcome back to Talking Tactical. You totally caught a couple seconds of muted there, but I am joined, as always, by my co-host, Mr. Nero Wolf. How's it going?
Hey guys. Very good, man. Yourself?
I'm doing good. Having the fun, that's for sure.
Fantastic. How were your holidays? So we're back after the holidays.
Yes.
Finally.
Only took forever.
Only took forever. Hiatus is a busy thing, and with family and friends and all that jazz, we've been really hard getting together. We managed to play some paintball last weekend, but we didn't have time for a podcast, unfortunately. Which we'll talk about a little bit later.
Well, which is always the fun.
Of course.
But yeah, so we definitely started 2018 the right way. First day of the new year, we played paintball.
Yep.
That was at DEF CON. That was a lot of fun. We were joined by Tahal, one of our good buddies, and Solid Snake, who's also one of the Jesters Elite.
Yes. So I didn't remember that was his name.
Yeah.
I don't even actually, honestly, I feel terrible because as soon as I left, I was like, oh, what was that guy's name? He was really cool. Nice old bushman, nice big bushy beard. He looked like he crawled out of the forest to come and play with us. He was very nice. Great guy. Duck Dynasty type. Love him. Great player. Oh, very good player. Very very aggressive when he needed to be, but sometimes he kind of held back. But it was nice to play with him. It was a nice change of pace.
Trevor is his first name.
Trevor.
I knew his last name. I couldn't remember the first name.
Somebody who was supposed to come out, who's sitting there in the comments, was a little too hungover to come play. Poor guy. Mm-hmm.
That happens.
So
I was almost too sick to go, and you kept commenting all day.
Well, hey man,
after.
You can
still hear it.
You can't go. Let's go paintballing. Let's go paintballing. I don't want to go paintballing anymore.
No, I still wanted to go. It was just like I don't feel good. I'm still gonna go, and all the blood's finally gone from my shoulder because I was an idiot with a pistol.
He actually, you know what? He did a very good job. Tyler, you're very hard on yourself, but I mean, for somebody who's really just got walked into it, you've got it down for the most part. So what are you drinking? What is that? What are you drinking there today?
Drinking Flying Monkey Smashing Atomic IPA.
Wow. What's it like? It's a little hoppy, I assume.
Hoppier than the Hoppinate. What's the other one that you get?
Hallucinate. Or
it's a hop joke. I just have to go to Google for everything today.
Hype or something. I know, hallucinate or something like that.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
I don't know. Here we go. We've already stopped the show and we're talking about beer this time. Yeah. Fantastic. Well, actually, it's funny. Somebody reached out to us during the holidays and suggested that we started reviewing beers because apparently we do a very good job of that, and they don't get a lot of our Canadian beers down where he comes from. So
that'd be interesting.
That's something we'll be thinking. Yeah, it was. Did you not read those messages?
No, you might have read them and then I didn't see the notifications. Optical Illusion is the number one. So
yes,
that's
very
a really good one.
So is that a darker then, or?
I don't think it's darker, but it's definitely not as filtered, and hoppier is the best way of saying it. It's one of those weird things to saying. It's just like when it kind of hits you, that means it's hoppy. It's the only way I can ever describe it to people.
Bite, right? Yeah. Oh, no, I love that bite.
Oh yeah. For sure.
I don't know. I started off with Guinness. It was kind of a bad plan, but
see, if you
started off by
Guinness,
chewing my beer.
I know, but I started with Guinness too, and I think it was so great because it is actually a very flavorful beer, but it's actually pretty light flavorful beer. If I have a lot of hoppy stuff and then I go back to Guinness, I actually find that Guinness almost tastes bland.
Hey, we're matching today.
I know. I just was thinking at the exact same time. I was like, we're both wearing blue.
Hey, look, a kitten.
Distractions.
So I'm drinking Coke, coffee and amaretto because I was feeling a little drained tonight, and I've had a half a pot of coffee sitting there from this morning. So I thought I'd spice it up with some nice. I don't have the bottle. Whatever. It's amaretto. Once you've had one, you've had them all.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so we started off the new year at DEF CON playing paintball.
Yeah, we had a good little game there. Mm-hmm. A lot of. I think really when it came down to it, it was like 2v2 with obstacles, all the little guys, and then we got that little crew. We got a little crew on my team of they were walk-ons, but they were coordinated and they'd played before. They hadn't played at DEF CON before, but they were coordinated. They played it before, and all we had to do was point in a direction, and they would just go and just force. There was 4 of them or 5 of them, and the ref didn't split them up because it was their first time playing there.
Yeah.
So they wanted them to get used to the field together. which at Georgina, I would for sure have split them apart and been like, you guys got to learn to play separately. Yeah, I know everyone was at the MagFed event today. I wasn't there. He wasn't there.
Oh, there's comments because I'm missing them.
Oh, there's tons.
Oh no.
Biggest issue with the craft beers is the more flavor, and I totally agree with that. They have gotten a little too hoppy or a little bit too dark, but everyone wants to be unique. Nobody wants to taste like the piss water that we've gotten used to with Canadian beer. Used to taste very, very QQ equals Pete. That doesn't make any sense.
Crying.
Okay.
QQ is the internet term to cry. Bradley's actually right. Like there's more flavor because I went to a Robbie Burns dinner at Mill Street, and it was like, this one has an earthy aroma, and it's just like, this is molasses. This one is like different. I still just taste molasses. This one's pumpkin spicy. Okay, this one's bearable.
It's like
the next one the next one is liquid dirt. Yeah, I taste the molasses. Thank you for that. Like it was just Bradley's right. Like there's ones that like you kind of throw everything and see what sticks to the wall, like the spaghetti thing, and then you have the other ones where they actually kind of figure it out. Yeah, I see what's on your beard.
Just good timing, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, so like of course we'll turn this into the beer podcast very quickly. But so what was your favorite thing about playing at DEF CON?
Easily, it was the I don't know. I love that field. It's just I love it's kind of it took a lot of my favorite elements of my favorite fields at Georgina, like Tire Field, the kind of a speedball field where most of the cover is circular. So you have to keep square to your cover and kind of. I love that field. It's just I love you can't lean too far with your ass end hanging out the other way because again it's only a round piece of cover, which I've always liked.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know. I kind of like the dark element to the one side of the field. It's not once your eyes adjust. The first couple games, it's dark on that field. Yeah. But once your eyes adjust after the first game, or you're on there, if you can stay on the field for 2 games, the second game everybody's a lot sharper. Yeah. If you stay in the back and you stay in the bright lights, you're not going to be able to see into the dark. Like that's just how our eyes work.
I also like it too because there's good cover and then there's decent cover. And you can make so many better moves if you use the decent cover. So, like, if you're not scared, and because it is such a small field and it's crowded, but it's very open at the same time. And I know that's a weird thing to say, but what I mean is that like I can look out one side. Lanes. Yeah, I can look out one side and see an entire left side. Look out the right side, and I can go one pillar ahead. Like it's that kind of cool crowded. But if you're like, oh, okay, well then just move down the right side. It's like no, because then the mishmash on the other side, they can shoot me really easy. It's that weird.
Exactly. Just because what's in front of you is blocked doesn't mean your left and right are blocked. I love that about that field. You may be clear right in front of you. There may be cover right there, and there may be cover right to your left, directly to your left, right to your left, right to your right, to your left, to your left, right. Am I right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Either way, from your those I call that the forest up there on the right. Yeah. But off to the left, where that little like castle or whatever little C bunker off to the left side with that center pillar. I lived there the better part of the day because it's just it got to the point where there were so many renters where it's like, no, I'm just going to push there, hold there. No one gets past me. That'll be my day. I won't get too aggressive. And then when I knew the numbers were dwindling, then I would start to walk through your team.
That was probably the only thing I didn't like was there were too many lives. It's like everyone had 3 and 4 lives. Well, I'm like, I like that, like to get everyone game time, but at the same time, I'm like,
that's a field gimmick. Not gimmick. Gimmick's the wrong word. It's a preference for the field because you've only got so much time there. They have so many groups going through. They want you to play as much as you can in that small amount of time you've got between crews. Yep. Because when you're sitting around for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, it gets so tedious. So it's nice to have the longer games, and the more lives, the more you have to shoot. The more money they make off paint, which is it's how you make money. Especially with those smaller indoor fields, you can't help it, unfortunately. And sometimes the games are too short. When you've got like with our crews, and it's like, all right, 1 life, go, game over in 5 minutes. Oh, well then.
Yeah, and like I said, like it was so fun. It was the only thing I didn't like for the bigger numbers. So And George is commenting because he's ripping us again. That, yes, we missed out the MagFed event. I legitimately was in.
We were playing all fucking day, boy. We didn't. Man, I'm so broke right now, and I don't give my money to certain people anymore. I've learned to vote with my dollars. Unfortunately, other people aren't. They don't. So it is.
And I was in Sarnia all weekend for a family event. So I actually wanted to make this one quite badly, and then I was like, oh well, I can't. So next one, hopefully.
I got a bunch of messages about it, but I told them all the same thing. Cool. Have fun. Not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Maybe. And it's, I don't know. I had fun with our little smaller games.
Yeah, they're still good.
I don't know. I like walk-on. Walk-on days are nice walk-on days. And you know what? Narnia. He wasn't in Ganarnia. Shh. You want to get sued.
What we're referencing to, for those that are wondering, is the GTA MagFed Pickup League in Toronto.
Yes.
And
yes.
it's mostly like, just to say, like, as Nero kind of said, is that they're vote with your dollars, so go to the fields you truly do enjoy. But if you're not getting out at all this winter, do check that out. If you're having a hard time finding groups, finding groups to play with, definitely check it out.
They're always, what is it, every other Sunday, George? I don't know. It's every other Sunday or every third Sunday. Check it out. GTA MagFed League on Facebook or something to that effect. I don't think they have a website or anything. George hasn't gotten that all deep into it.
No. But yeah, they're doing themed games every time now. So
yeah, I saw that.
Okay. So but yeah, so that was good. And then you got to run a new little setup for yourself.
Oh yeah. I ran my I've been building this piece by piece, and it's kind of been a garage project, but not really. It's just I've had so many guns in the past and so many parts that are just like flanking my table. It's paintball gear. There's not a lot of light, but it's all, you get the idea. It's like to the wall over there, it's all paintball gear. I have so many parts and parcels and pieces and all that jazz. It came out of the point of, I don't want to buy another full marker. I'd rather, hey, what's this going to cost me? Yeah. Well, it was like an eighth of the price of buying a brand new marker right now. So I bought it in parts, and I only needed to buy 2 parts. The rest of it I had. Or I could buy for pennies on the dollar from friends.
Yeah. So
the one thing I needed.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So that
which turned out beautifully. Yeah, it was a nice little toy.
Say what it is, or?
Oh yeah, I already did. It's a T15.
You didn't. You said.
But it's the. Oh, I didn't. Well, then I'll have to pull it out. Then, for those of you sitting at home watching, for those of you at home, you have to wait for Tyler to describe it, or something to that effect. Oh, and I feel so blasphemous because I keep it in the other case. Just a better case. So all I bought was the upper receiver, this gray part, and the lower receiver. Just that part. That's all I paid for. Nothing else. Everything else came with it, and the rest of it I already owned. So I built myself a nice little personal defense weapon, PDW, with a little 4-inch or 7-inch or what do you call that one? Grip? Not a foregrip. Is it foregrip now?
Foreshroud?
They don't call it a shroud anymore. No, they don't call it shroud. Nelson was very happy to not call it a shroud. That's it. Like, nice little toy. It's got an old EOTech that I've had forever, literally. The front sights. I think the front sight's off my old Milsig. Back sight, I don't know what that came off of. It's an old side push. Don't know where that came from. Everything on this is like, this came from an old Mark II Milsig.
It's so zombie with all the different colors on it, but I love it because of it. And
I jokingly call it my PUBG rifle because it's pieces. It's all pieces, and if this was PUBG, you'd have to build it from whatever you found off the ground. And that's what I did. I built it in pieces from whatever I already had on me and whatever I could find for cheap.
Yeah.
And it works. It's beautiful. I mean, most of it's real AR parts. Well, 2 parts or 3 parts really are AR parts. The rest of it's all paintball. But I mean, the fact of the matter is that those are real. I could take that off of this gun, put it onto a real AR, which I think Dimitri of Vice has. I could put it on his rifle, and it would work, which is just mind-boggling. That paintball's come this far in such a short amount of time.
For sure.
But I'll always be a Milsig fanboy. Like, I'm always going to be, my dollar will always go to them first when they have something brand new that I love and want so bad. But like, I have an M17, I have an SMG, I have an XTC. I got more than my money back for the last T15 I had. So like, it was just kind of like the money was there, just spend it.
Yep. Well, and then my I had the Milsig M5, and of course I got a leak on it.
Mhm.
Of course, but
Oh well, no.
I've actually
The thing, the difference. Here's my big difference. The Milsigs are not a beginner gun. When they break good, and if you don't know how to fix it, you'll just break it more. Excuse me. And that's how they've always been. You know, you can't help that, unfortunately. But they're not a beginner gun by any means. They're beginner priced.
Yeah.
Some of their parts are really easy to maintain, but if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna make it worse. And Roland shared something in the comments there, but I can't open it at the moment.
I'm trying.
Oh,
to
it's just his gun on the floor. It's quite nice. It's his it's a T15 with some nice little parts there.
Yeah.
I can't make it all that right though.
But my thing
it's in
too
the
is, like,
comments.
Yeah, the M5 went down, but I jumped on and grabbed my pistol, which was funny because I was leaving. Like I had it packed on Thursday.
Yeah.
No, sorry, we were playing on Monday, so packed on Saturday night, and then Sunday night I was just double checking everything was there, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna grab the pistol in case, just in the back of my head, because I had an issue with it at Flag Raiders, but I thought I had fixed it, but I'm like, just in case I didn't, I'm just gonna throw this in here, and then I'm gonna make a trip to Peterborough in January, about the third week. I got vacation time, so I'm gonna
next
go.
week. Next week.
Yeah,
Don't make it next week. Do it like next Saturday. Next week I work all week, and that's like we start we come off our hiatus. I got to work on Teen Titans. Oh, sorry.
You're gonna get spammed with. What's the
I'm so excited about that. I got to do that on Saturday. No spoilers. No spoilers. No leaks. None of that. I signed a whole bunch of confidentiality. Blah 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 blah. It's ridiculous. But it. Oh, you know what? They shared a picture of the costume. They already shared a picture. So they're going with the old Chris O'Donnell Robin.
Okay, really.
So I like the not just that getup. The plated red armor with the golden like weird R.
Mm-hmm.
They shared that on. I can talk about that. They shared that on IMDb, but yeah, that's what they're going with. Obviously camera ready is one thing, but on camera is totally different. It looks great on camera. Off camera, it doesn't. But I can't really talk about it. I love it. It looks good. It looks great. The show's gonna be fun. It's gonna be Teen Titans, and it's in the Flash universe, so that's really cool. And it's being made here in Toronto.
That's really cool. Actually.
Total side note. So back to paintball.
Actually, back to Peterborough and Patches is where I was going to go with that.
Patches. Oh, Patches. Oh, right. Let's talk about Patches. So we had the 2017 Patch Club that came out all year long. The only one that we don't have, I think, is January.
December is delayed, and I'm missing one other one, and I don't know which one I'm missing.
Which one are you missing? You're missing the skull, the candy skull.
Oh yeah, that is the one I'm missing. Okay,
yeah,
well, there we go.
I've got that in my car. It's in my trunk. All mine are in my trunk. We kind of last minuted the what we're doing it. I keep my patch panels in my trunk so that when I'm at work, because I work with a bunch of people who wear military gear, just because it's comfortable. It holds all your tools. It's far better than most tool belts. But if somebody talks about something that they're interested in, I walk to my car, grab a patch I think they're interested in, walk up to them, check this out. Where can you get it? Patchpanel.ca.
Yeah, I don't know. Where is my?
Yeah.
Where is that one now?
So
I feel like I wore it somewhere, so it's probably in a bag. But
I know for a fact that I lost the Wolverine one. It was on my. Oh, you just went completely out of focus.
Oh, it's because I'm getting.
Oh, it's back. Oh, sorry. I lost the Wolverine one, unfortunately, because it was that was on. Oh, it's so beautiful. Put it away for now. We'll do them in order.
We will.
I put it on one of my jackets, and I went to work, and I left it. Like I left the jacket at work by accident because I work all over the city, and it was like 2 a.m. I'd been working since 2 p.m. No, what was that one? It was 4 a.m. No, 4 p.m. to 3 a.m. It doesn't matter. Skullish,
you say?
No, it's a sugar skull. Sugar skull.
So,
it's not what they said when I beat my wife. Sean Connery. Oh. Frankly, dear, I don't give a damn. I love him.
So my the first one that I got was the February, which
Yeah.
was the ship, and that was Evan actually reached out to me because he was super interested in it from the previous year, but before it was a lump sum payment, and you got them out throughout the year.
Yes.
And then
I did. You can still do that, no?
you can still do it, but now it can also be subscription based. So you pay per month, ship it out per month, which for me just financially makes more sense. This is like the equivalent of my Loot Crate. This is my Loot Crate essentially for
Yeah.
those.
Oh yeah, it's a monthly thing for me for sure.
Yeah. So the first one that I got, my first impression, because I'm going to kind of say that and then I'm going to show it off, is I was like, holy crap, it's big. Like, it's a large patch. It's not just something dinky. It's detailed, and it's it's artistic is the best way I've always said it. And I know me and you have had a little bit of debate on that, but all of them this year, I think, pushed artistic to see what you can do with the patch. What are you mumbling?
Show the people. Thank you. Oh yeah, no, I love the Kraken. The Kraken was cool.
Well, this is the
It
first one I got.
felt it was upside down. Yeah, I love it. It's got a, no, but like if you look at its head, it's going like this. I'm gonna grab you.
Oh,
even
yeah.
though you know that.
Yeah.
So its body's on top, which is cool. No, it's still cool. I love it.
Oh yeah.
It's a great patch.
Yeah. And then
Style. Apparently,
and then,
Stoyle is the new
actually,
thing from,
Trevor's in the comments now.
is that who that is?
Solid Snake.
I don't see him in the comments. I see somebody.
Oh, that's because you're
One
not. You're
pop
not
cap.
friends.
Oh, so I get a Russian name unless I'm his friend.
Yeah. If your
Stoyle?
friend jumps in the chat. So the next one we got was Ghost in the Shell, which was the first fan one done. Jesse, the creator, did it because he is a fan of the show. So this is like his fan art patch. Ghost in the Shell.
And kind of a movie tie-in too, because it came out around the same time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a little bit of nipple on there.
Mhm.
It's very artistic. I like the original manga. Hey Trevor. Yeah, he's in there. Fraser. I like the. Fuck you, fatty. Hey, I only left that Instagram up for like 24 hours. My wife gave me so much shit.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
The ode to dad bod.
Oh
You didn't
no,
see that?
I totally didn't see it.
Oh, I'll have to share it with you, but I won't share it publicly. It was pretty good. It's that I showed you the picture.
You sent
the
me
one
the
just
picture. I
above
know what
your-
picture you're
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
Yeah.
Okay, focus.
Sorry. The next one.
Ghost in the Shell. So the next one was probably my favorite for quite a while. It is the steampunk.
Yeah. The two pistol, the pistol grapplers.
Yeah.
What was that? Well, I can't remember what the tie-in for that. It was just steampunk.
It was just that steampunk was cool. It was like a coat of arms style on it.
Oh, okay.
And the other thing too is that like they go for depth, so the multiple gears and stuff. This one came out April because I had this when we went to 0 Hour
Okay.
because I had just gotten it then.
I believe you.
So the next one, this was probably
Zero
my
Hour.
second least favorite out of the entire year, and some people loved it, and I was just like meh to it.
Oh
Bruce
yeah,
Lee.
yeah, the Eagle style. I love that.
Like I said,
That
some
was really
people liked
cool.
it. I thought
Yeah.
it was a cool patch, but just like the other ones were like, that's a wicked cool Kraken. That's a cool Ghost in the Shell. I love this steampunk. And then this one came out, and I was like, I like it, but it's not like. And that's the only thing with it is that like
it's
you'll get some
kung
that
fu.
are like
You have to
amazing
be like an old kung fu,
Exactly.
an old Chinese martial arts movie fan, and I love those old Jackie Chan's, like The Drunken Master.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite movies.
So then the next one is the one that we previewed earlier, is the
Hmm?
one that Jarvis is currently missing, and this probably
Hey, Mark.
I almost want to say
Oh, hi,
stayed my
Mark.
favorite for the full time.
I did not hit her. I did not. It's bullshit. Sorry. Yes, that's one of my favorites, but I lost mine. Unfortunately, it was on a yeah, my own fault. Beautiful patch, absolutely
Oh,
beautiful patch.
And
The way
the reflection,
Mhm.
so well done. And it's fun to look too because like if you look at them sideways, like you can. I'm not sure I'm going to capture this right. If it's going to
No,
focus.
but you can see the depth.
Yeah.
There's a real depth to it.
That you can see just how it all comes together.
They jump off your arm, literally, literally jump off your arm.
Then
Literally.
after this one is the Skull Candy. It's Skull Candy with a tactical hat, helmet, and a
Yeah, the Mexican candy skull.
Mexican
Sugar
candy
skull.
Sugar skull. And then night vision goggles were on it, so I really like that.
Oh yeah, the
it got
Spec
mimicked.
Ops.
Yeah, I feel like it helped mimic or get set up for the Jester patch that came out later in the year,
Yep.
the fundraising one. Like they were very similar-ish, but I
And
like.
then you had the Moose come out later.
Yeah, that
And
one's
the
on my
eagle?
gear bag. That one's high.
It's okay. That's not what we're talking about today.
So then the next one that
Let's see,
came out was
let's see
probably
the
one
sugar
of your
skull.
favorites.
Did you show the sugar skull?
I
You
don't
didn't show
have
the
it
sugar
right
skull.
now. I don't know where it is.
Oh, it's in my car.
Yeah.
I don't have time.
Next one that came out was one of your
Baby
favorites.
blue.
You actually
She really
opened it
liked
on a
Baby.
previous show. So let's see if you remember this one.
Oh yeah, Tank Girl. I
Tank
loved
Girl.
Tank Girl. So that's an homage to one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. Something about the Kangaroo Men in that movie stuck with me, and I couldn't remember for years what movie that was until an ex-girlfriend at the time was like, "Oh, you gotta watch this movie. It's so classic." And I was like, "Oh man, I have loved this movie since I was a child. My precious ice cream bar." Oh, Ren and Stimpy.
So then the next one is another one that you didn't like, actually. You
No.
ranted about this one.
Oh, so it's probably the
I-
one that I hated.
I
love the art.
like
I love.
this.
I understand. Go ahead.
I know. So I'm going to counter. This is I guess it comes back to what you liked about the Bruce Lee one. Is I loved the artistic look on this one and the message behind it. I'm like, that's a cool patch. Like, I think it's interesting, and you got mad about it.
Like, I get the depth. I get what they're trying to show. It's just meh. I wouldn't wear that on my arm. I wouldn't wear that anywhere.
I
Like,
put it
that's
on
just
a knapsack.
a. That's
Like,
just
it's
a.
traveling. It's the traveling bag. Patch.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense. Like,
Then-
have you been there? No. Then why are you wearing that patch?
I guess this one was
Sorry.
kind of
That's
weird.
just. It's kind of like the. Are you a member of JSOC? No. Then why are you wearing that patch? You know. Sorry. I just love airsofters. Fucking airsofters. When they go too far.
So the next one is
Yeah.
unfortunately this kind of like skipped my radar. I think I'd open this before I even came downstairs because it kind of got tossed into a drawer. I think it came out in September, and I think I just had crazy stuff going on, so I didn't really get a chance to appreciate it.
Oh. Mine's still in the package. It's right here.
Yeah,
It's the only one I haven't opened yet.
and then the next one.
Actually,
What?
one of the sorry, back to one of the reasons why I keep them in my car is that when there's somebody that I know would really appreciate it, I just give them the patch. Like, it's always been something I've done because I otherwise they just sit on the. If I'm the only one appreciating it, it's not really being appreciated. You know, these things are works of art, and if it gets somebody into the patch club or if it gets somebody into patch panel, then that just builds my buddy's brand. You know,
Yeah.
And that's one thing I can always stay behind is those guys have always done great patches.
Yeah.
And this samurai, I don't know what that means. I can't remember what any of that is. But one of my coworkers, he's yeah, he would fucking love this. But I haven't got a chance to work with him since. So
Yeah.
yeah, airsoft.
So the next one, actually, my son's taken. He loves this patch, and it's one of those jokes that he's going to come with me when I go to Peterborough, just because my wife's gone on a business trip, so I got vacation to look after.
He's
the
gonna
kids.
be a handful.
Oh, he's gonna walk in. He's gonna see that patch wall, and he's just gonna lose his mind every time a new patch comes. He's like, "Daddy, you got a new patch." So this is his, and he loves it.
Oh man. Yes. Oh, that one. I wore that. I think I wore that the last time I went paintballing. You didn't come out. Damn.
No, yeah, I like this one though because like Jesse managed to kind of like at first I got it. And
The
I was
Huey.
like, okay,
Or Blackhawk. Blackhawk? Yeah, Blackhawk.
Blackhawk.
Yeah.
When he first did it, I was like, okay, I guess. And then when I got it out of the package and I looked at it more, because it's always
Beautiful.
like there's the initial like, oh my god, get it open as quick as possible. Oh, okay, cool. And you put it down, then you come back to it later. This one, when I looked at more and more, I was like, oh, actually, really, this is really cool and it looks a lot better than what I originally thought. So
Oh yeah.
that was the 2017. There's still December that's in the mail just due to they were super busy.
I feel like you missed a couple. There was the samurai, the blue samurai jack, or
The
purple samurai jack.
Greek one?
No, it's samurai jack. It's
That
it's
wasn't
all
this
purple
year's.
with a black shadow. No, you sure?
Yep.
No, there's two samurai. There's the samurai that was that last year's samurais? I can't remember. Somebody will correct me. I drank. Ignore me.
So, well, no, I am missing one more, but I didn't get a purple one. The Viking one, yes. So, Trevor is talking about the Viking one, which was the 1st one, the wolf.
Hi, Kyle.
And that one was January's. I wasn't in it in January, so I missed that. So then I have 9 here. I'm missing one, so 10. I missed January 11, and then December's in the mail. So no, I didn't miss one.
Fantastic.
Other than I don't have January's. Oh, there's Kyle. Hi, Kyle.
It's a different Kyle. You don't know that Kyle.
Okay.
Actually, that's XODST Kyle. Hi, XODST Kyle. He was one of the founders. Oh no, we've talked about him in the past, but he's never actually. I don't think he's been here. Anyways,
so
welcome here.
we also, if you want to hold up a patch.
Oh yeah,
You've
we
a
got.
patch. Hold it up.
I
Higher.
got two. I got a green one. Sorry, can't do it anymore.
There.
And the best part is that it glows in the dark. Oh, it's so cool. I love it. It's amazing. So we got TTP patches.
Yep.
We might sell these if there's enough interest, but
We'll do a
talk
modification
about
and then we'll sell it because I want to.
that. What's the modification? They're beautiful.
No, I want to add a modification for ones for sale, and then I want to get a bunch of those made for people who come on the show. So you have to come.
They feel amazing.
I muted you. You're still muted, and it's funny. Yeah, there's a reason for that. That's good.
He muted me because he's a prick. I was rubbing my beard on the microphone for those of you playing the home game. But yeah, so I'm holding up our new TTP logo patch. It's in olive drab with the, I believe, is it glow in the dark? Yeah, with the white glow in the dark. That's kind of standard with all of their patches these days.
Well,
yeah,
that let's get a reflecting backing.
Well, let's not tell anybody about it. We're going to share them eventually, and if they go on sale, they go on sale.
Yep.
We'll deal with that when we cross that bridge.
Exactly. And then, what was I going to say? But the other thing too is that that was super quick turnaround for those patches. Because I wanted to talk about making.
Well, they're laser cut, right?
They're laser cut,
just
right?
give them a JPEG.
Yeah, so it was one of those ones. Is I actually got a second one made, which is currently hiding, but I think I showed it on the show, and it's my tattoo of my phoenix. So that one was my own little fun call sign one, but I had that. Yeah, and the TTP JPEG, just flipped it over to them. Ben actually worked on it. Who's one of the newer people, and guess what? If you really are bored,
he's not new. He's been there. He's been there
just over a year now.
Co-op student for a couple of years, and then he went off to college, and he's still working for them. Now he's actually being paid, and he's a designer. He stepped in because Jesse has gone on maternity leave, looking after her paternity leave. Maternity, fraternity, something leave, where he's looking after his baby son, which is awesome. Because they had a baby daughter. I don't know. I can't remember. But he gets a lot of time off, so he's enjoying it as he should, taking care of his kid.
Oh yeah. And then so that was fun to see him reach out because I think he wasn't one of it was one of his first ones at all, but he got to work on it, which was cool because he just messaged me directly. And then something else I was gonna say about it.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Oh, once it's in, once they've...
Once it's in, pull out before it goes off?
Wrong PSA.
Sorry.
Once they have your, style, on file, the stencil to do that now...
It's cheaper.
Yeah, it's cheaper. It's just okay, just cutting now. There is no artistic fee. You don't have to redo it every single time.
Yes.
So once it's in, it's hey, I want to do that, but with a reflective background and on black and on yellow,
which is the best part again about their patches. That once you get a rubber patch made by them, you no longer have to pay the mold fee, which is $230 or something to that effect.
Yeah.
You pay that one time, and then the molds are good for 10,000 patches or something to that effect, which almost nobody. We'll go through. Hi, Mark. Oh, hi, Mark. And hi, Shirley. And hi, Corey. And hi, everybody in the comments. David's hat mail.
Hate mail.
Hatch Club is David's hate mail. Yeah, I love his hate mail. When he sent my wife and I. So also there was a wonderful holiday patch that went out. The Jack Skellington.
Jack Skellington. Yes. Both
we bought 4 of them because I can't remember what the proceeds went to. Something to do with children that were needy, but apparently they couldn't find anybody in need.
It was supposed to go to a family's Christmas meal.
Yep.
Then what happened was Peterborough had a surplus of turkeys for needy. So Evan actually had a heck of a time finding people to donate to. So he did find a family. He got them Christmas dinner and some presents. A single mom with 1 or 2 autistic boys, and then I know there were 2 kids for sure, but one maybe possibly 2.
Nothing.
and then so some presents and some food, and then he donated the rest to the shelter, which was really important too because
the shelter.
Yeah, the homeless shelter, because the if you give them cash, they can actually buy about $2 worth of food than you can for the one, because they buy on a discounted amount.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's something
It goes
cool.
to tell you the real price of food. The government's lying to us.
Well,
What?
that and they can write off the part.
Yeah, I know. It's all. It's good. It's better for the homeless.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was so I ended up buying 4 of them. I gave a couple to we gave one to the in-laws, and they just stared at it. They had no idea what to do with it. So just put it on your Disney tree. That's not Disney. Yes, it is.
It is.
It's not my Disney. Well, it's Disney and it's Christmas. No.
Which is hilarious because mine ended up on the Disney tree. 'Cause I
I
already
know.
had Jack Skellington on there.
Yep. I love it. I had well, because we had the Grinch last year, and
Yep.
then we got this one this year. Love it. Absolutely love it. Same. We bought 4. Anyways, we bought 4 of them. We gave 3 of them away. Kept one for ourselves. You know, in the spirit of Christmas.
Oh, actually, there is one thing we haven't talked about Patch Panel that Evan's done since they've changed the new website that I love. You don't pay for shipping.
Yes.
So when you see the
it's
price,
all in the cost.
that's the price, and I love it so much because when I want to get one patch, I'm like, oh, that's a super cool single patch run that you did. Okay, I'll grab it. The Daka Daka one they just did, that's a Warhammer 40k orc. I love it because I huge geek, and whenever I've gone paintballing and I've went to go do like a full auto sort of thing, the joke there is Daka 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 is what the gun sound makes to them, so that's what they do, and it's glow in the dark. So that was super cool because I grabbed one of those, and then last minute I actually grabbed their set for the American versus the U.S. tactical mascot. So there's the tactical eagle and the tactical moose. So I got all of them together in the end, but I intended to really just get the Daka Daka
Yep.
with the free shipping. So that was really good.
Regency Amaretto Da Vinci. There we go. That's the answer to our earlier question that I asked. So,
Well, fun.
tis what it is.
Yeah, so that's been a lot of fun, and I think actually it might be a fun thing to talk about is what we are planning for the new year. So you'll see us at some events. We are going to do that. Oh, there we go. Comment in the group. The WOG. It's the battle cry.
Wow. I don't. I think who was it? Tyler tried to get me into Warhammer. Tyler Batstone. He has. Well, when I lived there, I don't know if it's still like that, but he had like display case on display case on display case on display case on display case next to display case under display case in display case in every cupboard in every drawer. There was just Warhammer, painted, unpainted, steel, plastic, pewter.
That's the thing is like
Pewter.
I never got huge into the tabletop, just I didn't have the time and the money because it is expensive. But
Well, the
it's,
computer games were fun.
I play the digital games for it, and that was the blast. Those were fun. Yeah,
Well,
so
they're an RTS, but they're a real life sort of RTS, sort of. It's not. I guess it's not a
Dungeons
real.
and
It's turn-based
Dragons
strategy.
RTS.
Sorry, turn-based.
Turn-based,
Turn-based
yeah, but
strategy.
still.
My mistake.
Dungeons and Dragons RTS is the best way of saying it.
Oh, drink your beer, Billy.
It's gone.
Oh, I'm. Thumbs up. Oh, it's so good.
What was I going to say for there? So what
don't know.
was your favorite patch that you got for 2017?
Oh, easily it was the helicopter, the Huey. I keep wanting to say Huey, the Black Hawk. That was easily my favorite, the green one. It matches my color scheme for the year. I know I was kind of going black, but I love that OD green. And it's just an iconic chopper. Everybody knows the Black Hawk helicopter.
Yeah.
Some people call it the Huey because they're retarded, and that's me.
I think mine. That's a tough one to say. It's either going to be the TTP because I've been wanting to get that done forever.
Well, that's not a patch. That's not a patch club one. Doesn't
No,
count.
I said your favorite patch, not patch club. Just
Oh,
straight up patch.
oh, easily the moose.
The tactical moose?
Yeah, the tactical moose was my favorite. It's so cool.
Yeah. So
See, I have no idea what you're saying, man. You're talking about point, imperial, something, guard,
So-
hobby, too expensive. I don't know. I'm guessing
It would be like the
hero
equivalent of
clicks?
saying, like,
Is
you
it like
have-
hero clicks?
it'd be like saying if you have like a full paintball set and like you're decked out as a Didam owner with a box rotor, full on gear, and then it's like, hey, I want to try something else. Well, I sunk enough money into this already, but the thing is, you can't reuse any of it.
Mm-hmm.
So the entire setup that you have is only good for that setup only.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, no, it's a great patch. So I like the TTP. I'm glad we got it done. The previous TTP folks didn't, so we did. You did. Good for you. For you.
previous
Were you-
TTP folks.
Wasn't there a previous TPTP guy? Didn't somebody
There
pull
was
you
a
in?
co-host. I had a
remember his-
co-host, another co-host. I've been here since
my
day one.
previous co-host.
Yeah,
My previous
I've been here
co-host.
since day one.
My
But,
predecessor. I've never met him. Why hasn't he come on?
He had to dip out for personal reasons and had to actually walk away from paintball in general. And then I've seen him back online. I'm not sure if he's playing again yet, but he had to just dip, and I totally respected it. And I did a solo show for a bit and brought in some guests because I actually had quite a few people I'd met throughout the year. And then you
I feel like you told
spammed
me
me on the
before.
comments. I have.
I didn't spam you in the comments. So you had somebody on that was interesting to me, so I listened and I didn't like what they were saying. So
you didn't like what they were
criticized.
saying, and you were also like, "Oh, this is paintball. I want to talk about paintball. I like talking about paintball. You should have me on and talk about paintball." I like talking about paintball, so
We're talking about paintball. So how were your holidays? What did you do during the holidays?
I
Changing gears here.
partially worked and actually.
So we did. So let's go right back. So we did a previous podcast that just did not pan out
yes,
very
that
well, and we're gonna leave it up. We took a lot of time and we really thought about it. We're like, should we delete it? Should we delete it? Should we delete it? But then something kept ringing in the back of my head that even though it's a failure, you need to learn from your failures.
Yep.
It wasn't a great podcast, but it's something that's there that I actually listened to, and it's not that bad. It's a little funny because it's me and just hearing myself. I don't want to do this repeatedly. It made me chuckle. I laughed through it myself because it's kind of like gallows humor for me.
Yeah, we'll learn. From it. It was a movie podcast, so it wasn't like a true paintball one.
Precisely.
Okay, so I have a good question for you. Thanks to my bottle cap. So when you get flying monkey, you get a fun little saying.
Oh boy.
So
Elephant
Okay.
shoo-hoo?
so what's the speed of dark?
C?
C. Always C, because you can make it look like any other answer.
No, C because it's constant. C is constant. That's the speed of light. So speed of light's got to be the same as speed of dark. Anyways, what's the speed of dark?
Let's actually Google this now.
Oh no, it just says it's just a question. What's the speed of dark?
It's just the question. It's just like, okay, so there's this light speed. So what's the speed of dark?
It would have to be the same speed or fractionally faster.
Right.
No. It's a really bad riddle. It's like
Okay, here we
I gotta.
So
Go ahead.
here's the Google answer. Most of us already know that darkness is the absence of light, and that light travels at the fastest speed possible for a physical object. So what does this mean? In short, it means that the moment that light leaves, darkness returns. In this respect, darkness has the same speed as light.
So C, I was right. I didn't say C like C, senor. Negative light. Yeah, I don't know. It's negative C then? Is that what Kyle? Well, Kyle's a borderline genius. He's like right up there. Like if it's
I think
crazy.
it's
and then-
equivalent that like it doesn't actually
Tim.
travel as much as light passes through it, or light passes by it, and the previous substance was darkness.
I'm not having a philosophical debate.
You're not. Come on.
It's not even a math question. It's a matter of philosophy. What came first, light or dark?
darkness.
How do you know? If there was no dark, if there's no light to use as a reference, how do you know there was no darkness?
Because darkness is there whether lightness is or isn't.
It's relative. Darkness is relative.
Because lightness always comes from lightness comes from something. Darkness is there due to the absence of everything else.
Well, then you say black is the absence of color, but if you look at black, it has all the colors, just like white does.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
I'm home
physical
now. You
color.
can start. Sorry, James. We're just about to sign off. Just kidding. Half kidding.
Yeah, because
Okay, that's a
the
silly
thing is
question.
that,
You shouldn't. Why do you ask that question? Here, let me give you a nice, cute riddle that has a nice, cute answer.
okay.
What do you get when you cross a snowman and a vampire?
I feel like I've heard this before. A snowman and a vampire?
Yes. Those of you
Count
playing the home
Frosty?
game can guess as well. No. Gonna give it another minute here, see if anybody in the comments wants to comment. What do you get when you cross a snowman and a vampire? It's a great one. I love it. It's so cute.
Oh, frostbite.
You Googled it.
No, Kyle got it. Kyle got it first in the comments
Yes. Le nez.
with explanation points.
No, just made it really big. Frostbite. Yes, frostbite.
What was? I used
to
to know
keep-
so many good ones.
So I actually got that. So we're going back. That was a segue back to our holiday talk. I got that in one of those little holiday crackers.
yeah,
That you get that go bang.
yeah,
From at one of my her grandparents, in-laws parents, whatever. Her grandparent, her nana. But it didn't have an answer. It had the English, it had the French, and then it just had le nez, as in your nose in French. It's like, you get a nose? That's the answer? That doesn't make sense.
because Jack Frost bites the end of your nose.
Yeah, but it just
I know.
whatever. The French it's one of those literal translations versus what is it? Literal versus practical translation or something to that effect? I can't remember. Somebody smarter than me will come out with it. Literal translation versus. I don't remember my French no more. Are you gonna Google it? He's just gonna Google it. Okay. So that was we did a lot of traveling. I ended up going to the snowpocalypse of the United States during it, the worst snowfall in Pennsylvania history in Erie, Pennsylvania on Boxing Day. We hit the Pennsylvania state line, paid our toll, and then as we went through the continuing on the I-90, you could just see the snowbanks slowly getting higher and higher and higher. And then every bridge, this is crazy, every bridge overpass, the snowdrifts that were being blown in were getting longer and longer and longer, and they were 4 feet hanging out off the side of the road. Like they were hanging over, you could see, like you're driving through and they were just above your car. This drift that could just go poof at any minute. It was moderately terrifying. Anyways, we got there safe and sound, and everything was closed. All
Yeah.
of Erie called in, the entire county of Erie was a state of emergency. Got to the point where they called in the National Guard to do the shoveling. And then, during the state of emergency, they put out a notice on all TVs everywhere. Any vehicles left on the road will be towed at owner's expense. Anywhere in the entire county.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you left your car on the side of the road, it was being towed to a tow impound lot, not to your driveway, straight off the road. But because they got so much snow so quickly, ooh, my heart's getting going because I drank so much coffee. They got so much snow so quickly, most people's cars were trapped on the side of the road.
Yeah.
So there was just fleets of tow trucks. It was probably both a cash grab for the state, but it was a state of emergency. There was so much
Yeah,
snow.
you-
They got
you had
6
to- you
feet
had to
of
get 'em
snow
off
in
the
a matter of hours. It was insane.
Yeah.
But we got shopping done. We have now got a those little pop figurines.
Yep.
Wife loves collecting them. We have like a glass or a display case, whatever,
Yeah.
in in the bedroom, and it's just covered in those pops. But anyways, we got the Christmas. That's one of the things she wanted to go to the States for, because they've got them down there that we can't get up here.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean Conroy. Conrad, it's Conrad, everybody. You've never met Conrad. Conrad's a big red monster. He was in like the Aurora Army Cadets the same time that I was in the Aurora Air Cadets, but we were like so different in age gap that we never would have known each other. And then we met up later on in paintball. It's amazing how paintball brings people together. There's a picture. I remember there's a picture of him at a flag party at the old Aurora Cenotaph, and it's like, hey, I remember that guy. I was there. It's weird. And then meeting him in paintball all those years later. It's just, I love paintball. Paintball always brings people together. Hey, sexy. Thank you for coming on, man. Love the sport.
So yeah, so that was your fun holidays. Mine was just hanging out.
Oh,
with
that's
the
not even
kids.
half of it. Yeah.
And then that was just it. I kind of had a quiet year this year, which I appreciated.
Good. It's nice to have that, especially like you've got your 2 kids. You've had 5 years of running between parents and grandparents.
Like age difference between grandparents, or
No, I meant you guys running around for the holidays,
Oh,
going
yeah.
between your parents, her parents, their parents, grandparents, his mom, my mom,
6
your mom, your
years.
mom. There you go. 6 years of that. You finally got a year to yourselves, which is amazing.
well, we still like my parents came down on Christmas, and then we went up to my in-laws, but they're just in Brooklyn, so it was like 45-minute drive. But it wasn't like rush here, go there, and nothing's worse than like, hey kids, let's open up a bunch of presents, and then go to your grandparents where none of your presents are, and they'll have presents for you, but they may or may not be as nice.
Well, we go to her in-laws. They're insane. Her mom and dad they're just Christmas fanatics. They're the kind of people I think
I've
I've
seen the
shared
pictures. I've seen
pictures of their front lawn.
I've
The
seen pictures of
lovely
front
the
lawn,
lovely
I've seen
Christmas
pictures of
tuxedos.
you. I see how
Oh, the
you
Christmas
show up.
tuxedos. Yeah, no. We showed up last year. We showed up to her grandma's, and I just get this suit handed to me, and they're like, "Put it on as soon as Tyler gets there. You guys are going downstairs, and you're putting these on." It's like, okay. And Sam like had dressed herself up like a little elf, wearing a little jingly skirt and some leggings, and this. Anyways, yeah. So the lovely Christmas tree, and then there's all the dogs.
Yeah.
Anyways, every year they do this.
The dogs.
Every year they do just a mountain. There's like 8 or 9 people that stay the night in total, but there's a fucking. I come from a relatively what's the word? Humble family.
Mhm.
Where like once upon a time, yeah, we had huge Christmases, but then the family members that did that passed away, and then that was the end of that. And then Christmas from that point was just like a time when our family would get together and fight. But anyways, these people are the most loving, beautiful people in the world, and there's a mountain of presents for everybody, one each. I've never seen anything like it in my life, and it's amazing. I love it. They're so generous, and they're so caring, and they're so loving. And this next year coming up is going to be the first year that the whole family's not together. So this year was really emotional for everyone. It was very sad. But anyways, it was a beautiful, beautiful holiday. I'm so glad I got to be a part of it. I'm so glad. Yeah, thankful, very thankful for this holiday. I'm glad we got this long hiatus where we didn't have to do anything major. And I got to just kind of chill. I didn't work very hard, which was great. I think I only worked 2 days over the last month and a half. But that's show business.
Month-ish. 'Cause I feel like you were in the very, very first week of December was when you were wrapping up.
I can't remember. I drank. I don't know. I've slept since then. But
Yeah.
no, I'm glad we got to play too. We got to play out there. We got we got our holiday stuff all done. New Year's Day. What did you do for New Year's?
I was just here. We watched.
Like you just sat at home and.
Yeah, we watched. The kids stayed up until like 8, and then.
Oh, they tried.
And then we watched, what was it, Doctor Strange, and then it was 11:30, and we hadn't seen it yet. It's on Netflix,
Yep.
and it was like, 30 minutes till midnight, and we looked at each other. We're like, no, we just went to bed. It's
We
like,
ended up,
who cares?
This is actually the first. I've done that the last 5 or 6 years. New Year's has just been like, do you want to do anything? Do you want to do anything? Nah.
No.
All right, let's just sleep. Happy New Year's.
Yeah, like it's fun if you can do like a good house group, like have people over, played stupid board games.
That's what we did this
Like
year.
just-
We went to we played card. Well, we only played Cards Against Humanity because that's the only game.
Yes.
And it was weird because a bunch of them hadn't seen each other for a long time. So it was like 9 or 10 people in a room that hadn't seen each other. So everybody's trying to catch up with each other. Hey, Tahal Hoylet.
Toilet.
Oh. T. Hoylet? Oh, Tahal, no! T. Hoylet. Oh, please tell me is that his real last name?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Tahal.
Unless I'm saying it wrong. He's gonna shoot you in the nuts next time we play paintball.
Oh, that's like Mike Hunt or what's the other one? Phil McCracken.
Yeah.
Sorry, T. Oilet. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Tahal. I love you. You're a great guy. I've never seen your last name, and I've never put those things together before. And I'm sure you heard that 1,000 times before. That's horrible. I didn't mean to pick on you, man. It's the first time I've seen it in writing. I'm sorry.
All fun. All right, but I do think we have to call it there, hitting the hour mark.
No.
Yes. I know
Okay,
you always
wait.
want to stay up late, but yes, guys, thanks so much for checking us out.
Maybe
we
I'll
will
live stream
be out-
solo. We'll just answer questions.
Just leave
while
you
he goes
solo.
to sleep.
I'm gonna leave you unattended.
No. I can live stream myself.
Yeah, you
Billy.
can live stream yourself if you want.
But then I can just do it on my own page. And just talk to the
Decisions.
comments for an hour. Huh. Who would hop over and talk to me for an hour? Probably nobody. Oh well. Then we'll try it another time.
We'll see how it goes.
This has been a fantastic podcast. We didn't talk that much about playing tactically or talking tactically or paintball for that matter.
No, we just
but
had
it was nice to get to know each other and have a nice fun forum with our guests.
Recap.
Thank you all very much for coming out. It's amazing. Again, we are not brought to you by anybody except for ourselves. Of course, the patch panel, we've always got the Talking Tactical Podcast promo code, which I've forgotten again. But Tyler will put it up in the comments when he finds it, because he's professional. It'll be in the comments somewhere down below.
Somewhere.
Maybe he'll pin it too. So if you do want to get onto the Patch Club or on Patch Panel, don't forget to use that code. I think it is just TTP or Talking Tactical or
That one was
TT
there was one for
Podcast.
the just from
Patch Club.
the beer show we did.
Right.
Pub
No,
night.
we had a
We
he
did
doing
pub
a
night.
whole. He gave us a promo code forever, did he not?
I think it just didn't get deactivated.
Oh damn. Okay, well never mind then. But I'm sure if you throw something in the comments, but it's not for us or anything. We don't make any profit off of anything
It's just
because this is just for fun, guys.
We
Fair
talk about what we enjoy, and paintball is
Make
the
money
central
off these
focus on that.
No, that's not true.
All right, guys. So definitely keep an eye on the page. We will be out and about. We will be playing more, hopefully, this year. So we will post up where we are. You can find us on Instagram under Talking Tactical. You can also find us on Twitter under Talking Tactical.
Which
and,
is gone offline because I forgot the password.
Uh-oh. And then...
I got a new phone. I got a new Samsung S8. It's amazing. It's got a person named Bixby who tells me how to do everything. And when I'm running late for work, she because apparently it knows my entire schedule. So when my first couple days of hiatus, it woke me up going, "Peter, are you late for work?" It's like, sleep. Anyways, it was a Christmas present to myself.
oh, what was I gonna... There was somewhere I was going with that one.
You can find me on Instagram at Mr. Nero Wolf, on Facebook here at just not Nero Wolf, because that again is my personal page, but I am on Facebook as Mr. Nero Wolf.
I think that's it.
If you'd like to be a guest, hit us up in the comments. If you've got any wonderful ideas or comments on our show,
topics.
we would love to hear it, because we had a wonderful guest. I believe his name was Ian, was hitting us up in the comments last time and filled us with some wonderful ideas about doing some beer reviews and drinking, which, of course, we're going to do that. As always, though, guys, thanks for coming out, and don't forget, play the way you train the way you play.
And we will see you on the field.